7 hidden damages of overly strict parenting. 7 hidden damage of overly strict parenting. My name is Ayolu Adedeji, and here we are today on the show with Coach Ayolua, Parenting with Coach Ayolua. And today we are discussing 7 seven hidden dangers of overly strict parenting. Thank you all for always joining me. And I am here today. And where are you joining me from? I'd like to know. Let me hear you from the chat box. Where are you joining me from today? Thank you so much. Today is another interesting, educative, and enlightening session. And trust me when I say so, you're not going to leave this session the same way you have come. Trust me. Yes, trust me, because to 7 hidden dangers of overly strict parenting. Children raised under strict parenting gave up to 40% are more likely to struggle with anxiety, rebellion, and low self-esteem. Let me take that again. Children raised under strict parenting are up to 40% more likely to struggle with anxiety, with rebellion, and low self-esteem. Here is what most parents don't realize. Strict rules don't just control behavior. Strict rules don't just control behavior. They quietly shape who our children become. So if you are running a home where strict rules are in place, thou shalt not do this, thou must not do this, thou must do that, thou must do this. Listen to me. Overly strict parenting, strict rules does not just change behaviors. It also forms our children's identity. It's quietly, such a home quietly shape who our children become. And the scary part of this, many of these effects don't show up until when it is too late. That's the most scary part of it. That's the what I don't understand. I don't know the best adjective I can use to qualify that. Most of these dangers, most of the damages that overly strict parenting causes our children, the effects usually don't show up until when it is too late. So today I'm breaking down 7 hidden dangers. Those dangers are hidden. There are dangers that we don't even notice. Or probably when we notice, we see it as normal, something normal now. Is just normal. But most times, we don't even notice, we don't even see them, those dangers, until they are late. So I'm breaking down 7 hidden dangers of overly strict parenting. Overly strict parenting. And you see number 4. You have to stay with me to the end, because number 4 is the one that destroys trust without parents even noticing. And let me tell you something unique about today's class and why you need to come and be present in today's class. I grew up in overly strict home. Even though rules in my homes were not, documented as we have here, it's not, those rules were not actually outlined. But I grew up under strict parenting. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. Rules cannot be bent. Am I saying it's not? Am I saying we shouldn't have rules? No. Rules are part of the parenting tools that we need to have in place. Yes. But when it becomes overly strict, that is unbendable, it is, it cannot be amended. then it poses more danger than the good intention that we have. Like I do say, most of the damages that we cause our children, most of the errors, the blunders, the trauma that parents give to their children, it is usually out of love. I know. We do all those things because we love our children. We want to raise well balanced children. We want to raise responsible adults, but we don't know how best to do that. And that's why I have created platform like this for us to be equipped to learn how to parent. Parenting is a learned skill. Yes. Even as an expert in this field, as a specialist, as a parenting strategist, as a family life practitioner, as an author, I am still learning parenting. That is the truth. I keep learning. As I keep teaching, I keep learning. I keep learning, even in my practice and in my journey as parent. In my journey as parent. So stay with me, because these dangers that I'm going to talk about today, the effects, the negative effects they have on our children, they're just too enormous for us to ignore. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, we don't notice them. We don't even notice them. So, as a family life practitioner who has worked with families where discipline created fear instead of growth, I have worked with families. Hey, things that we call discipline, most things that we call discipline, they're actually not discipline. Some of them are abuse, some of them are dehumanizing. We dehumanize our children, all in the name of discipline, and we don't even know. We think we are teaching, we think we are equipping them with skills that they need. Yes, that was our intention, but unfortunately, like I said earlier, we lack skills, we lack tools. And when tools are lacking, when strategies and skills are lacking, even the good intention becomes dangerous. Yes, and that is what we are talking about today. So, having worked with families where discipline created fear instead of growth, I know for sure and I can tell what works and what doesn't work. What works and what doesn't work. So, sometimes if I'm talking about especially discipline, if I'm talking about discipline in parenting, I'm not just goofing. I'm not just talking because I have to talk. No, I am talking out of experience. I am talking from data that I have with me. The strategies, the frameworks, the models that I use, they are research backed and they are field tested. So I'm not just teaching theory. No, I'm not just teaching theory. So if you are wondering why do you have to listen to me, I have given you one reason for you to listen to me, particularly this session. All right. So by the time we are done in this class, you will know exactly how to guide your children without damaging their confidence, emotional safety, and future relationship. Future relationship. It matters. What I've discovered working with parents, with families, even as parents, what I've discovered is that we take our time, parents, we take our time to nurture every other relationship. We nurture our relationship with our friends, we nurture our relationship with our colleagues, we nurture our relationship with our pastors, with our church members, with every other person except our children. Some of us don't even know that we need to nurture our relationship with our children. We don't know. And sometimes when I hear some comments, I feel so sad because I see that all these things are coming out of ignorance. Someone once said in a religious gathering, she said, allow us to beat our children, allow us to deal with our children. When they grow up, they will understand that we are beating them because we love them. I could only shake my head because that was coming from a place of ignorance. Newsflash: your child will grow up. Your child will know that you beat him. Your child will understand that you actually love him. But the damage that you have caused your child will not be erased. It will not. So we need to tread softly when we are disciplining our children. When we are setting rules, we need to be careful. We need to watch it so that we won't, you know, damage our children's confidence. We won't damage our children's emotional safety. When a child is not safe emotionally, that child cannot grow up to be a whole adult. And that is the problem we are having in our society now. It is all over. It is all over. When your discipline strategies, your discipline method bruises your child's emotional safety, number one, your child cannot learn. I talked about this last session, and 2 sessions ago I explained how children's brain work. If your discipline strategy dehumanizes your child, it's ripped off your child's self-esteem, confidence, you are destroying who your child is supposed to be without you even knowing. And that is what we do most of the time, and we call it discipline. We call it discipline. So you need to, whatever rules you are putting in place, you need to consider your child's confidence, your child's emotional safety, and future relationship. A father shared something so profound with me. I just wish this man could stand up and, say these things, share these things with other parents in one of the gatherings that I spoke. So the man said he could really relate with what I talked about. We talked about discipline. And he said something. He said, my mother lived with me. Let me narrate what he said. His mother is currently, I believe till now, if the mother is still alive, the mother is living with, no, he built a house. Yes, he built a house for the mother. And he said, even though I give my mother money, I provide everything for my mother, I make sure my mother is comfortable, but there's no bond. That relationship is not there. And he said something profound. He said, because of what my mother did to me when I was young. Thank God for his wife. He married a very responsible wife. He said it's even my wife that will go and visit my mom, that will stay with my mom. The bond is not even there. The relationship is not even there. And that's why when parents complain that since my child got married, he stopped doing this to me, he broke up our relationship and all of that. No, it wasn't marriage that disconnected the relationship. The relationship was not there initially. We just assume. We assume because we are the parents, our children will just love us, the relationship will just be blossoming. We are no. We build relationships intentionally, including in the family. As a couple, as a parent, we should intentionally nurture our relationship, particularly with our children, because a time will come, they will grow and they will grow out of our house. Yes. So it is those memories, those relationships, those lovely memories that we have given to our children that will keep them going and keep bringing them back. Not physically now, emotionally. All right. So let's start with dangers. And these dangers are, hey, all right. Who is here with me? Please let me hear you. Who is here with me? Say, I am here, coach, because me, I am here for you. And I trust that you are also here for me. So the first danger that I want to talk about is stifled emotional expression. Stifled emotional expression. What happens when a child learns that his or her feelings, oh, Deacon Ify, thank you for always joining me. All right, I see you and I recognize it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, by my data recently, I discovered that fathers are more interested in parenting. Yes, that even though I've not really taken time to do my research, but with what I'm seeing, it seems like men are now more interested in parenting. I don't know, am I right? Am I wrong? But that's what my experience is showing me. Thank you, the model father. God bless you. God bless you. So, the first danger that I want to talk about is stifled emotional expression. I was saying, what happens when a child learns that his or her feelings are wrong? When a child is crying, you say something like, "Stop crying. Why are you crying? This is not a big deal now. You will get over this. Be strong." We even say things like, "Boys don't cry." Abby, you are a boy now. You are a man now. Why are you crying? Boys don't cry. The message you are sending to your child is that your child's feelings are wrong. And I know you don't mean it to. I know. But that is the message that you are sending to your child. When your child is crying, you're saying, "Stop crying." Is it because of this toy that you're crying? You're now screaming because of this little thing? You are telling your child that your feelings, whether your child is feeling insecure, your child is feeling angry, your child is feeling sad, your child is whatever emotions or feelings your child is having, the message you are sending to your child is that that feeling is wrong. That feeling is wrong. So let me tell you about Aisha, who was 9 years when she stopped speaking up in class. Like many of us, even now, I've seen adults filled with potentials that couldn't express themselves. It's obvious. You know that this person is carrying something, but they can't express themselves. You will know why. So Aisha stopped speaking in class, not because she didn't understand, not because the teacher is not even teaching well, no, but because she has learned something dangerous at home. Something dangerous that most of us teach our children unintentionally. She has learned that our feelings weren't safe. And over time, it doesn't remove emotions. Those things doesn't remove emotions. It buries them. It's when, let me know if you can hear me. Okay. I think my network is back. All right. Okay, let's move on. So, teaching your child that your child, okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That your child's feelings does not matter. It doesn't remove the emotions. When you tell your child, "Stop crying," it doesn't resolve the reason why your child is crying. It only buries them. So let me ask you something. When your child is upset, does your child feel heard or connected? If you are listening to me, and when your child is crying, the first statement you say, our default setting, "Why are you crying? Stop crying now." Please stop it. Hmm? Stop it. You are teaching your child to conceal his or her emotions, and no feeling is wrong. No emotion is wrong, whether sad, whether happy, whether anxious. In fact, at the mother family, we believe that there's no positive feelings, there's no negative feelings. It is okay to feel. What is important is what you do with that feeling. And that is what we need to teach our children, not to teach them to, bury their emotions, to bury their feelings, to bury their feelings. That's why some of us, even as adults, even in marriage, this happened to me. I had to consciously work on myself. I'll feel angry. I'll be feeling angry, and I will not be able to express myself that I'm feeling angry. Instead, I'll keep quiet. I'll keep mute. I had to, start working on myself. It is because of how we were raised. Stop crying. Why are you crying? We even talk to our children. Why are you angry? As if they are not human beings. As an adult, you feel angry. Yes, your child also has the right to feel angry because your child is a human being. All right. So, how do we shift so that this danger will not happen in our home? So that we will not, you know, teach our children to be emotionally uh, 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 excuse me, to be emotionally stifled, so that our children will be able to express themselves. To be able to express yourself, being able to express how you feel is huge. Do you know that if you are angry and you are able to say that I'm angry, you are able to express yourself that I'm angry, you have conquered that anger to a certain level. And that's why I keep saying that emotional intelligence is huge. One of the gifts you can give to your children is teaching them about emotions, making them emotionally wise, emotionally intelligent. In one of the sessions, again, I will talk about raising how to raise emotional intelligent children. I think 2024 or something, what we taught our children, the major thing we taught our children is about feelings, emotions. And we had a drawing of different emotions. We pasted it in every corner of our homes. And that really helped our children. In fact, our son shared something with me that year when I went to pick them in school. And I was asking, when we were coming, we were gisting around, and I just asked, I said, who made you angry today? And our son said, my friend made me angry today. I asked, what happened? He narrated what happened. I can't remember exactly what happened. He said, I was so angry and I felt like hitting him. Our son was, I think, 4 or 5 years. He was 5 years then. Yes, 5. He said, I was angry and I felt like hitting him. But I just remembered that mommy taught us that when we are angry, we can be counting 1 to 10, or we can push the wall or take a deep breath. So I then asked, so what did you do? He said, I started counting 1. And by the time I counted to 5, I started smiling. Can you imagine if that child can grow up with that emotional intelligence? You know, grow up with that level of emotional intelligence. Sometimes able to teach our children about emotions. We are handling to them life skills that they need all through their life. So what are the practical shifts? Name emotions before correcting behavior. Before you correct your child's behavior, name the emotion. I can see that you are feeling angry because this happened. It is okay to feel angry. Validate your child's emotion. Create a daily 5 minutes emotional check-in half time, even if it's not up to emotion to 5 minutes. 2 minutes is okay. I just want to know, how are you feeling? Before I came to class, I was just asking our son. He was, doing kind of, and I was like, how are you feeling? What is making you to feel this way? That is emotional checking. Then let your child feel without rushing to fix. Let your child feel. It is okay to feel. Even Jesus felt, and that was why Jesus cried. Jesus wept. Yes. We read instances where Jesus wept. Yes. It is okay to feel. Let your child feel. Your child is crying. Okay. It's okay. Let your child feel without rushing to fix. And when emotions are suppressed, something else begins to grow. When you suppress your child's emotion, something else begins to grow, and that thing is very dangerous. Constant internal tension. constant internal tension. You are telling your child your emotion doesn't matter. Your child is internalizing it. So as that is happening, as you are suppressing that feelings, that emotion, something is growing and you don't even know it. What is it? Constant internal tension. And your child will grow up, will grow up, will grow up. And that's why I said in the introduction that the effect of overly strict parenting, the negative effects, the dangers doesn't show up until when it is too late. So the second danger is anxiety and chronic stress. Anxiety and chronic stress. A lot of us don't believe that children deal with chronic stress. We don't believe. But I'm telling you now, I am telling you now that children also deal with stress, chronic stress. So, one of the dangers of overly strict parenting is anxiety and chronic stress. Stress. Strict home don't just look stressful. In fact, they don't look stressful most times. They don't, but they often feel stressful. It doesn't look stressful. So sometimes when you have overly strict uh, parenting, if you are running overly strict parenting, sometimes it feels like your children are well behaved. When you are coming, they see you coming, they see, daddy's car is coming. Every one of them, they just arrange themselves, and they are seated. You know, a parent once shared with me, a mother once shared with me that I don't understand. And whenever my children hears that my husband's car is coming, they just keep mute. And sometimes where they are, they sleep off. It's not a good sign. Some of us are even proud to say that my children fear me. I said it last week. It's not a good thing. It is not. It is not. Should there be rules? Yes. Should there be boundaries? Yes. But overly strict rules poses more danger to our children than good. So I said strict homes don't always look stressful, but it feels stressful. The children feel the stress. They feel the stress. A child who got perfect grades but struggled to sleep every night before school. Why? Because fear-based environment train the brain to be hyper vigilant. And that is where chronic stress comes in. Overly strict don't do this, don't do that. You know, there's no time to laugh, there's no time to gist, there's no time to play together as a family. Everything is just strict. You are doing morning devotion, is strict. You are quoting bibles, you are no time for connection. No time for connection. So that teaches the brain to be hyper vigilant. The brain is just too active. The brain is just too engaged, too, work, always scanning for mistakes, always thinking, if I do this now, I hope they will not complain. If I do this, I hope, the brain is constantly working. Chronic stress. Chronic stress. Is your child trying to grow or just trying not to get into trouble? You need to check this. Most times when we see our children behaving well, we think that our children are growing. That's why some of us will say, if I beat my child, if I just give them cane, they will cooperate. They are not cooperating. Eh? Hmm. They are not cooperating. They are just trying not to get into trouble. They are not growing. They are not growing. Yes, I said so because I know that they are not growing. So if you are running overly strict parenting and you think it's because you are the president general among the nation, what you say is fine now. You ask your child to do this, your child is trying to explain, can you say, no, I am the father, so you do as I say, and all of that. And you are thinking that my child obeys me. My child is well behaved. your child is not growing. Your child is trying to, not get into trouble. So how do you shift from anxiety and chronic stress due to overly strict parenting? Replace why did you do this to let's figure this out together. I know sometimes it can be frustrating, but when we are intentional, when we keep learning, we keep growing. And that's why you shouldn't miss classes. You shouldn't miss classes. At least the only currency you are paying is your attention. You are not paying for this. You are only paying your attention or maybe data that you are using, right? So make it a day to always come. Invite your friends, invite your children's teacher. Invite your children's teacher so that they will come and learn where you are learning. Whoever that is co-parenting with you, invite them. Most of these things, we don't know them. We don't know them. So what are the shifts? Replace why did you do this to let's figure this out together. This foster growth mindset in a child. Normalize mistakes publicly in your home. Normalize mistakes. Normalize mistake. Mistake is normal. It is part of growth process. It is part of growth process. I often say this. The reason why some of us get frustrated in our parenting or when our children misbehave, we just get angry and all of that, is because we are expecting perfection from them. We are expecting that they will not make mistakes. But you and I know that no one grows without making mistakes. So normalize mistakes publicly in your home. Introduce short calming routines. This is also very, very important. And when children live under constant control, please take note. When children live under constant control, they don't learn how to think for themselves. You are the one controlling this, you are the one doing that. Your child is saying, I have an idea. Say, keep short. What kind of idea do you think you have? How old are you? Hmm? You are killing your child's thinking skill, ability to think, problem solving skills. That's what you are doing. And I know you don't mean that. Yes, I know. All right. The third danger of overly strict parenting: poor decision making. Poor decision making. Obedient children don't always become capable adults. Let me say this again. Obedient children, they don't always become capable adults. Yes, 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 yes. They don't. That's why when you're saying, I want to raise obedient child, oh, my child is obedient and all of that, you need to look inwardly. You need to look inwardly. Are you sure that your children are actually growing, like I said earlier? Because obedient children, they don't always, some of them may be, but they don't. Research has proven this. They don't always become capable adults. One child always waited for instructions. The other was allowed to make small choices, make mistakes, do things the wrong way so that the child will learn. Your child wants to make mistakes. Say, hey, don't do that. Hey, stop that. You know, you are killing your child's decision making skills. Decision making is a developmental skill. It is not a personality. Did you get that? Decision making is a developmental skill, like every other skill. It is a skill that we need to nurture to grow. It is not a personality trait. It's not something a child will just grow up with that, okay, my child can just take proper decision and all of that. No, we have to nurture that skill in our children. So if your child isn't making decision now, when will your child learn? Allow your child to make decisions, age appropriate decisions, from the clothes they will wear, the shoes they will put on, you know, age appropriate decisions, activities at home. I can't remember when last I chose dresses for our children. Even our baby, our 3rd-year-old baby, he chooses his dresses by himself. There was a time late last year, he chose a dress, he wore the dress to church. The following Sunday, he chose the dress again. And I was like, why are you choosing this? He said, that's what I want to wear. Fine. There's nothing bad in that. What am I trying to teach? I am trying to tell him that you are capable of taking decisions. You are capable of choosing, of making choices. Your child is going out, you are saying, hey, don't wear this blue shirt. Hey, yeah, is that black one you should wear? Hey, hey. Tomorrow is Sunday. I've, they have picked their things. I just before I came to class, I just asked them, are you ready for tomorrow? Have you picked your shoe? Have you picked your dress? Have you picked your underwear? And all of that. This dress themselves. Even our baby dresses himself up, except once in a while when we are in haste and we quickly want to rush. He dresses himself up. That is building good decision making skills. We think all these things will happen in big events. No, it is in this little, events, activities that happens at home that we add up to raising a responsible adult. So if you don't allow your child to take decisions now, when will your child learn? Sometimes it is even okay to allow your child to take the wrong decision now when the stake is low. When the stake is low, let them learn that my choices will determine my outcome. But if you are overly controlling your children, you are overly strict parent, you must not do this, you must not do that, this is what you should do, this is what you are. When will your child learn how to take decisions? So when you are not there, to guide your child, to give your child, options, how will your child survive? Have you thought of that? All right, let's move on. So, what are the practical shifts? How do we shift so that we can equip our children with good decision making? Number one, offer controlled choices daily, like I said. Age appropriate choices. Will you prefer black shoe to blue shoe? Which one? Let them choose. On harmless issues, let them choose. Let your child make choices daily. Let your child experience small consequences. Small consequence. About 2 weeks ago, I asked our children, we were in the kitchen, we were cooking, and we were discussing, and I asked her, I said, if somebody meets you now and someone say, oh yeah, tell me about your mom, what will you say? The two of them, they went to go and do meeting. They were talking. I said, I talk now. Her daughter said, I will tell the person that when you misbehave, mommy will not beat you, but you will face hard consequence. That was how she said it. You will face hard consequence. And I laughed. Allow your children to face consequence. Let them know what their choices will lead to. That's how to raise responsible adults. Who is here with me? Who is learning? Is somebody learning here? Is somebody learning? All right. Thank you. So, debrief decisions. Talk about decisions. Talk about choices. Talk about how it affects life. When control becomes too tight, children don't become better. They become hidden. When control, the rules are so strict, so stiff, the children don't become better. They don't. They become hidden. They hide. They hide. They hide. That's what that sometimes it baffles me. Talking with teenagers, working with teenagers, it baffles me. Sometimes it's burden. Some of us are raising children that we don't even know. Our children are far away under our roof, and we turn out to be okay. I don't tolerate nonsense. I am a very yes, I'm a very disciplined parent. I don't tolerate nonsense, and with what I've seen, most of us that say we are disciplined, we don't tolerate nonsense. So many nonsenses. Is there any English like that? So many nonsenses are happening right under our nose without even knowing. All right. So, number four, rebellion and secretive behavior. We are talking about seven hidden dangers of overly strict parenting. Number four, rebellion and secretive behavior. Rebellion and secretive behavior. This is where many good homes start breaking trust. Hmm? Trust. And within the framework of discipline, if trust is broken, if your child don't trust you, your child will not obey you. Your child will only pretend. Yes. If you are not able to build that trust, hmm, that trust, that's why most parents will complain. My child is telling lies. My child, and when any parents complain to me, the first thing that I say that the trust is broken. The trust is broken. That's what the psychology of lies is. Your child cannot trust you that you will be able to handle his or her truth. So that your child is lying is not your child's problem, it is your problem. Yes. It is your discipline strategy. So don't see your children as the problem. Oh, my child is lying. My child is telling like, hey, some of us we even say that devil has possessed this child. That's why this child is lying. And we will quote some of us that are Christians. Yeah. Sure, you know how we say it. Do you remember Ananias and Sapphira? When they lie, they told like they fall down and die. Abi? And your child has told several lies. He did not fall down and die. Your child did not fall down and your child will be thinking, what is mommy even saying? Mommy is not even serious. What is daddy even saying? And all of that. Rebellion. Rebellion and secretive behavior. Teenagers don't rebel because they were bad. Children don't rebel because they are bad. I worked with teenagers. In fact, one of the set of people that I love working with, they are teenagers. When you understand their code, when you understand them, you don't even want to hear what some of them will tell me. Some things that they share with me, if I share with some parents, the parent will just collapse and they will just collapse and go. Honestly, that they don't even know about their children. Secrecy. That is one of the danger of overly strict parenting. Overly strict parenting, rebellion, secret behavior. Strict control doesn't remove bad behavior. It doesn't. We just think it relocates it into secrecy. Parents, please listen to me. If you have a younger child and you are watching me, maybe you are live or you will watch the replay, I congratulate you because this class will help you to start building trust with your child. If you're an adult, if you have a teenager or adolescent, preteen, please take this particular session, take it seriously. If you have to watch it again, please do. I know what I am saying. I know what I'm saying. I work with, not because I'm a family life practitioner, I work with teenagers, even in church systems, and I know what is going on. Sometimes I won't even be able to hold back my tears. I see the parents and I shake my head that this parent don't even know that this child doesn't even belong to him anymore. Rebellion. Rebellion and secretive behavior. Will your child come to you if they make serious mistakes? Will your child come to you if you have not built your relationship with your child, that they will come to you when they make mistakes? There are things you need to start doing right, because surely our children will make mistake. They will. They will even. They will make mistakes. They are learning. They are still learning. They are still growing. They are still, but you need to create a platform for them to be vulnerable with you. To be vulnerable. I remember there was a day I went to the market. So as before I left, excuse me. So before I left, I told our children, ensure the house is clean, you wash the plates, you do this and do that. And I left. I asked them to lock the door and I left. So when they heard me open the gate, they didn't do anything. Or maybe they did some. I wouldn't know. So when they heard me opening the gates, they quickly rushed, and they were running up and down, trying to fix things, trying to arrange it out, and all of that. And I was at the door and I was knocking. Come on, open yourself. Mommy, hold on, we are looking for key. Really, I thought they were looking for key. So I waited. I was like, where did you put this key now? They held me captive out the until they finished everything they needed to do. They now opened door. You know what they did? They pretended, as in they did as if nothing happened. Mommy, welcome. You're welcome. And honestly, I didn't suspect anything. Few days later, our daughter said, Mommy, do you know that day that you went to market? That you said we should do this, we should do that. We didn't do anything, no. It was when you came, when we saw you, when we saw that you are opening the gate, that was when we started trying, we started rushing to do things. And that was why we didn't open gate for you. We just busted into laughter and we laughed it off. You know what that told me? I was happy. I became a proud parent at that point. That okay, so we have been able to build trust that even when our children did something wrong, they can come back to us and tell us that, oh, this is what I've done wrong. That is being able to build trust, to give your children platform to share their vulnerable moments with you, because they will definitely make mistakes. All right. So what are the practical shifts? What can we do, to prevent this danger, danger of overly strict parenting? Number one, build negotiation zones. Zones. Don't just be the ruler, the alpha, the commander. No, negotiate rules, negotiate consequences, give room for negotiation, engage your children in conversations, especially those that pertains to them. You are making rules for your children and they are out of it. How do you want them to follow? We don't make rules out of them. Even though sometimes we would have concluded, I and my husband would have concluded, the rules and all of that. But we will find a way to bring them into it, and they will feel like that they won't making that rules. And most times they will cooperate. Once you are able to bring them in, children will cooperate. So the reason why your children are not even following your rules, maybe because you didn't bring them into the show. You're supposed to do that. Then reduce fear-based reactions. Your child is, being vulnerable. I say, yeah, so you mean you did this? Yeah. One of the reasons why children tell lies, is because oftentimes we, the parents, we reward the lies and we punish the truth. We reward the lies and we punish the truth. Your child breaks something and you're asking, who break this plate? And your child was vulnerable, saying, I mistakenly broke it. And you hit that child, you punish her. Oh, so you broke this plate that I bought before I gave it to you. You punish the truth. And when your child lies, that I'm not the one, I don't know. Say, so you don't know. Nobody will know who did this. Yeah. And it ends there. You rewarded the lies and you punish the truth. And what you are teaching your child is that it is dangerous to tell the truth. I know you don't mean it, oh. That is actually not what you want to teach your children, but that is what you are teaching your children. So reduce fear-based reactions. Let your child feel secure with you. Reward honesty, even when behavior is wrong. Reward honesty. When your child is vulnerable, when your child is telling you the truth, reward it. Oh, I appreciate that you tell me the truth. Thank you. But this behavior, don't do it again. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. So when a child feels constantly wrong, it starts shaping how that child see him or herself. When you're constantly, you are wrong, you didn't do this way, you are this, you are that. All these things is easy. We do it. Even as a parenting strategy that I am, sometimes I just feel like I'm controlling these children too much. I just feel I'm constantly telling, especially our daughter. I just feel, and sometimes I'll just walk up to her and I will tell him, and I will tell her, you are a good girl. I know you can do better. I believe you. I trust you. I know you are just struggling with this skill. I know you haven't learned this skill. That's a way of letting your child know that there's no problem with your child, even though your child is still struggling with certain skills. So let's move to the fifth one. The fifth danger is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. Some children don't feel confident even when they succeed. Have you seen, maybe probably someone that is watching me now? They don't even feel confident. They succeed though, yet they are not confident with their success. Like a plant that never gets sunlight. Hmm? What happens? Repeated correction without affirmation rewires identity. Repeated correction, without affirmation, like what I said, affirming our daughter, even though there are some behaviors, there are skills that she's still struggling with, that she's still learning, and I'll keep correcting. But even within that, correction, with that, struggle, I still affirm. You are good at this. You are just struggling with this. You haven't learned this. You are still learning. I know you will get better. That is affirming. So when you constantly correct your child without affirmation, you are rewiring your child's identity. And what your child will keep hearing is that I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm not good at this, I can't do this. Some of you will say, oh, you can't do that. Oh, how old are you? You can't even stop it. You can't do this. You are rewiring your child's identity. And it's dangerous when your child internalizes that negative identity. When last did your child feel I am enough? If you have not been affirming your child, I challenge you today to start affirming your child. So, what is a practical shift? Praise effort specifically. Praise efforts, not just results. Not just result. Praise effort. Your child swept, even though she didn't sweep very well. Yes, she hasn't learned well. Affirm, oh, you tried. I see the effort you put into making this house clean. Well done. Well done. Praise effort specifically. Build daily affirmation habits. Be conscious about all those things. Be conscious, be intentional. Be intentional. Affirm your child. Sometimes I just hold our children. I just hold them by their shoulder and I affirm them. You are good at this. You can do this. You are able to do this. Although you are still struggling with this, but you will get better. You are a royalty. Sometimes I ask them, who are you? Who do you think you are? What do you think you can do? It is very, very important. Then model self-talk. Teach them how to say good things. Say good things to yourself. Oh, some days when I had struggle days at work, I tell my children, I will tell them, especially when we're having our connection moments at night, I will tell them, I had a very hard day, but I was able to figure it out. I put through. Although it was hard, but I put through. Model self-talk, good self-talk. Talk good things about yourself. I may be struggling with these skills, but I will get it. I will get it. I will get it. And when confidence is low, what happens? Social life becomes a struggle. Social life becomes a struggle. Number six, impaired social skills. Impaired social skills. Strict homes can create socially silent children. The reason why some of us are not social, we struggle with socializing with people, is because of how we grew up. Did you know that I struggle with making friends? In fact, when we were preparing for our wedding, my beloved was saying, I'm looking at your friends that will come for your wedding, but God no go shame us now. People showed up. People showed up, but I struggled with having friends, and that was because of where I grew up. And I made it intentional from age 5. I started teaching our children about friendship. There was one holiday that what we taught our children all through that holiday was friendship. I created a model that I used to teach them about friendship because because the where we get to in life is a function of the friends and people we know. Yes, it's a function. So you will hear children that will say, I will not be your friend again. I will not be your friend again. Friendship is a big deal, and even children understand this. Yes, they understand it. So one of the dangers of overly strict parenting is impaired social skills. Children avoid group settings not because they lack ability, but because social confidence is built through self exposure and control. When you say, I'm not people person, I just don't like being among people. I love to keep to myself. No, watch it. You're growing up has rewired your brain. You're growing up as conditioned your brain that your social skills has been impaired. And in life, social skill is huge. In one of the sessions, I will talk about social skills, and you will understand that if there's anything that you need to teach your children, as important as sending your children to school, you teach them social skills. We'll talk about that some another time. So does your child feel free to express themselves around people? You need to watch this. So what are the practical shifts from impaired social skills? Number one, encourage play and collaboration. Encourage your child to play with peers, with friends, with neighbors. That is where we build social skills. I remember when I was growing up, you dare not play with a friend. And that's why I keep saying that our growing up did, those of us that are baby boomers, if we don't intentionally work on our growing up, we will not even understand the damages that has been done. I remember a time that a friend came to look for me at home because I was absent from choir practice. The words that my grandma threw to me, I can still remember them now because a friend came looking for me. Should we allow our children just to make friends with anybody? No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. We should set boundaries, but we need to teach them because friendship is part of life. It's part of what we need to grow to make it. We, as a family, we have been in a critical situation that it was people, the friends in, especially my husband, the friends in his life helped us. Yes, I said this. Where you get to, what you achieve is a function of the friends that you have, people that you are able to relate with. So encourage play and collaboration. And don't say, me, I don't play with this person. No, I don't know. Encourage your children to play with people safely in a safe environment and collaboration. Role play interactions. Role play interaction. Very soon, our play therapy course will be launched. Please, dear parents, I encourage you that you should enroll in this course. You should enroll in this course. You will learn a big deal. I know what I'm preparing. I know what I'm packaging. I know what I'm teaching. All right. Then celebrate participation. And the final danger is the one that most parents never connect back to childhood. I told you initially that you need to stay to the end of this class. This one that I want to talk about, most parents never connect it back to childhood. By the time I'm done, maybe some of you will understand what I mean. We don't even trace it to our childhood. And sometimes, that's why sometimes I just sit down to flashback, to think back, to dig deep into my childhood. And that's one of the things, one of our courses that we run at Mother Family does. Healing the inner child will take you back to your childhood. Hmm? We will take you back into your childhood, and you will be able to trace those things that happened to you that you didn't even know the damages they caused to you. Usually it used to be a terrible moment. I will let you know when the registration is on for that course also. So the seventh danger is adult mental health impact. Adult mental health impact. Strict parenting doesn't end in childhood. No, it doesn't. It echoes into adulthood. And maybe some of the struggles that we are having as adults can be traced into our childhood. Many adults struggling with anxiety, identity, relationship, midlife crisis, and all of that were once children who were never allowed to feel, to choose, and to fall or fail safely. Let me take this again. I said, many adults struggling with identity, with anxiety, with relationships, with midlife crises, they were once children who were never allowed to feel, who were never allowed to choose, who were never allowed to fall or fail safely. Allow your child to fail now when the stakes are low. Hmm? When the risks are very, very minimal. What kind of adults is your parenting creating right now? Have you thought of that? Can you peep into the future, into the next 15, 20 years of your child's life and think, what kind of adults am I trying to create with my parenting, styles, with my parenting skills? And all of that. So, what are the practical shifts? Number one, shift from control to guidance. From control to guidance. Parenting is not about control, it is about guidance. If there's anybody you need to control in your parenting, it is you. Yes, it is you. Correct. Control you and guide your child. Repair when necessary. Repair when necessary. I think I made a video. It should be on my YouTube. I don't know if I've uploaded the video or something, but I've made a video about the power of repair. There's no perfect parents. There's no perfect parents. I have to be vulnerable. Even as a parenting strategy, sometimes my emotions get the better of me. But there's one thing that we have learned as a family, I and my beloved, we choose repair. When our emotions get the best of us, when we do things that we are not supposed to do, we repair. We repair. And this is very, very important. Seek support when patterns are deep. Seek support. Seek support. I keep asking, if you have any question, if you have any topic you want me to address, feel free to let me know, so that you don't know where your deliverance can come. Don't think you must pay for a session before you get your deliverance, or before any parents get help. No, you can get your deliverance from a class like this. Because you are not paying doesn't mean it's worthless. No, it just depends on how seriously you take it. So seek support when patterns are deep. If you think you need a support, gone are those days that we think is a problem to seek for trauma healing, for psychiatric help. It is not only mad people that seek for psychiatric help. No, anything that is related to mental health, you can actually seek for help. Strict parenting may create obedience. Hmm? Strict parenting may create obedience, but it can also create fear. It can also create anxiety. It can also create low confidence. It can also create disconnection. Your goal is not to raise a child who obeys you. I am sure that is not my goal. That is not our goal. Our goal is not to raise children who obeys us. Our goal is to raise children who can function without us. And I think that should be anybody's goal, every parent's goal. You know why? Because we are not going to stay forever with our children. And when I say this, I say I'm not even talking about death. I'm not even talking about when we are dead. No, we will grow old. I know we will grow old. We will, see our children's children, just as the scriptures has said it. But even when we are alive, there are times that you won't be there with your children. I do tell our children, I will tell them that all these skills that we are teaching you, we want you to be well equipped so that when we are not there with you, you'll be able to make better choices. When you go to school, we won't be there. When you, even now in primary school, when you are in school, during school hour, we won't be there. When you are in the university, we won't be there. When you are married, I do tell my children, I say, see now I'm married. My dad and my mom, are they here with me? They will say no. I will tell them that a time is coming that we will not be here with you. But we want to equip you with skills that you need so that you can function properly, so that we can function well without us. If this session has opened your eyes to anything, say, I have learned in this class in the comment section. And don't forget to share. Don't forget to like, share this class. Share it on your WhatsApp status or your Facebook stories. Share it with your parents. The replay will be available in case you want your friends, if you are the husband, that is, you are a father, you are watching this, let your wife watch. If you are a wife, you are watching this, share it with your husband. Discuss, evaluate your parenting styles in case you have to make amends, so that we can all learn and grow together. Thank you again for joining me. My name is Ayolu Adedeji. I am the founder and the lead consultant at the Model Family Focus. I am the parenting guru. I am an author, a public speaker, and a parenting strategist. Anything about, thank you. I and my wife have learned a lot. I am glad. Brokaka, I think I'm owing you a gift. I think I'm owing you a gift. Maybe one of my courses, I will give you free access to it. Honestly. I'm really impressed at the way you are intentional about raising your children. Thank you so much for joining me every Saturday by 7 p.m. I will always be here by God's grace. And I do really hope to meet you. Thank you all for joining me. Join me again next Saturday by 7 p.m. live on my YouTube channel. Please share the link to this channel to your friends, your family. Let us all learn and grow together. Until next time, keep parenting with intention.